What's up, fellas? In this video I wanted to show you a little propane torch hack I'm going to be doing today on this Burns-O-Matic. I recently lost my good trigger Burns-O-Matic. I didn't want to go out and shell out another 50 bucks. I'm kind of hurting this week, so I bought this one. That's like going 25%. It's just unacceptable. I think the designers of this specific product have limited us based on their product line and not on the abilities of the equipment available. So today I'm going to do a little something to this that's going to make it operate a little bit differently. I don't recommend this on the torch you're going to be turning upside down, because then you're going to shoot an 8-foot flame out the front of it. I am just more interested in getting a little bit more thrust out of this thing, because what I'm seeing is just not enough. That is just too pitiful. I need something a little bit hotter. So either I'm going to tear a torch up today, or we're going to make this thing work better. And we're going to do that by removing the spud and removing some of the sintering inside of it. Like I said, this is not something that I recommend you do to your favorite torch necessarily. I mean, you can. You're about to see how it's going to work out. At this point, I'm just not interested in this teeny little flame here. For the most part, that's what's restricting our flow. This is a sintered bronze insert that's in there. There's also a little check valve inside this thing. But I think what we're going to go ahead and do is just drill out that sintered bronze altogether. So let's do that real quick. Not know if you can see this. You're definitely not going to be seeing any camera skills around here, I can tell you that. I have found it hard to focus on that. I'm too interested in the subject matter to take time to do things right. I think I'm just going to go straight through it. Why not? Really just not interested in this measly little torch. I want something that can get things hot. I tried lighting a fire with this thing and I'm like, geez, it's like a cigar lighter or something. It's not even... Oops. Looks like I can almost just pop it out of there. That's what I need to be going for. Let me see if I can get a needle and just pop all that stuff out of there. Small drill bit would probably be just fine. See what we got here. Okay, that's gonna be a tall order. Great. Soaking in oil. All right, I think I've got one here. It might fit. Let's give it a shot. Nope. Clambering into something there. Okay, apparently I'm gonna have to find a smaller one than that. Not cool. I don't know if this is even possible. There went something. That was the spring. There's the little sintered bronze slug. We're now just bored straight through, which I'm sure probably isn't safe. But that is heavily restricting the flow. So what we're going to do now is throw it on back in the torch here with that sintered bronze removed. And as I said, what's going to happen now when you turn the torch upside down, you're going to get a little liquid propane in there, and it's going to spray out the spud, and you're going to get a huge fireball. But that's not really my concern right now. I'm thinking about getting a hand wand for this anyway, which would make that a non-issue. If you have the hand wand, you're good to go. definitely an increase. This is somewhat of a cold tank too, so that's not a huge increase. Let's do the upside down now. That's what I meant. See how it's now spraying out straight up propane liquid? Got a little bit too much spraying up in there. That's the one downside to it. But like I said, I'm getting the wand for this thing eventually. It's throwing out a lot more gas. Another thing I might do is stick a little bit of centering of my own in there. I do have some bronze wool. Maybe I'll try that. Yeah, because that's just kind of lame. You can hold it sideways, sort of. This is a full tank. You don't have it on super full blast. It handles that upside down a little better, it seems. Maybe not. That's a lot better there. It gets a little touchy when you have it up that high, but of course this nozzle just isn't designed for flow rates like that. I think it was running like this when I had it. Something in that area. Actually, it was lower than that. So just a quick little trick if you ever need to get a little bit more out of your torch. What I have here is a really nice piece of bronze wool. I think I'm going to stuff that in there. That'll keep the high flow, but it might reduce some of the liquid being injected into the setup. So let me cut some of that, and we'll pack this thing with this bronze wool and see what that does. Might reduce the propane actually blowing the flame out on us a little bit there. So here. I don't know how much to put in there. I imagine not much. Let's try a little slug about that size right there. We'll roll this up and then kind of pack it in there somewhat tight. So as I said, this should still allow the high flow, but maybe reduce the propane spraying out when you tip it upside down. Because I do tip it upside down when I try starting a fire in here, and I'm just not having much luck. So I've got that packed in there pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and try that. Seeing about how much I put in there, just a dab. Probably could have put more. Okay, see what that does. That had way more passage area than this. This little piece of sintered bronze is like almost a solid piece of material. I can't believe anything gets through it, to be honest with you. That thing also acts as a filter to protect the spud and the valve from clogging. Because believe it or not, those two items can clog up very easily with the contamination of propane. Propane's not very clean. Okay, we still have the high performance. Oh, nice. It doesn't blow out this time at least. Well. Way too high. Okay, we're gonna turn it up to a pretty decent speed and try it. That was on full blast upside down. Yep. I think that's about what we bought. Torch it does that. Maybe that's why they had it valved that way, because it'll run upside down like that. That's probably why they had it limited. Look at that. Doesn't mind being turned upside down at the store-bought setting. It needs a larger chamber before the spud. It needs a vaporization chamber. So I'm tempted to add a little bit more bronze wool. Seems to be doing okay there. And we still have the ability to increase the power. What we want. It's almost like it needs better air holes. I might drill another air hole in there. So there you have it, just a quick little hack. What the heck, we're gonna add just a dab more. Why not? I mean, we got the stuff. It's not restricting the flow, and if it can act as a vaporizer, then that's great. Hopefully what it will do is vaporize this fluid, the propane liquid, a little better. I mean, I think that's what's happening. Something like that, you know. Very high probability of me clogging this thing up, because I just noticed a bunch of little pieces. And I'm all out of camera frame, just yapping. So there it is. We're filled out to the end with the higher flow filter. This should provide a more stable flame, but yet still give us the benefit of increasing the torch. At least now I know why they had it modulated the way they did, because if you turn it up any higher than the store-bought setting, when the can's upside down, it will flame out. I think that's about the store-bought setting. Okay, so cool. We have resumed a functional torch. With the added feature of turbo boost when needed. Man, I'm really tempted to drill another air hole in here, guys. I feel like it just isn't getting the air that it could be getting. Wouldn't you agree? Let's try an air hole. One more. Ooh, that's gonna be a hard one. I had it. Don't laugh at me. I know this is the wrong way to do this. I'm in a hurry, man. Give me a break. I ain't got all damn day. I got shit to do. Punch my ass. Uh-oh. Did we kill it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I would say we definitely got a little something out of that extra air. The burrs might be causing some eddies that are not conducive to optimum burn. Yeah, I think that helped. The air holes definitely helped a little bit. That's a lot better. It's definitely got some more air. I like it. It's not going to tolerate being put upside down, I don't think. Nope. Not when it's on that high, it won't. There's just too much fluid coming through for the centered bronze or for the bronze wool to vaporize the gas. We'd have to be turned way down for that. Ooh, it almost took it. Okay, so it'll handle that now. So there you go, turbocharge your torch. If you're wondering where to get this stuff, this came out of an old microwave. This is surrounding the magnetron. What the hell? And I almost feel like I need more holes. Wouldn't you think? Okay, now we got a 4-barrel going there. I need to clean that burr off. She's spraying. I might have a propane headache here. Yeah, I think if I deburr those, it'll reduce the turbulence. Definitely liking this flame a lot better. Yeah, let me get a deburring tool and a file or something here. See what I can't do. I'm so unprepared. I've got like 40 files over there I just came from. Man, oh man. So, we're turning this $14 torch into a halfway usable consumer good here. Just feel like maybe those burrs are not allowing the air to get in there as good as it could. So we're going to do a little bore out here. Should have some serious air now. Air for days. Oh man. It looks nicer, but that could just be bias. It could be craftsman bias, I guess you would call that. Is there such a thing as craftsman bias? I would say hell yeah. I've seen some of the dumbest contraptions on YouTube you could ever imagine. These guys are just swearing they're saving gas by hooking an HHO machine up to their car. I don't know, man. This is a huge improvement. That's full blast. Earlier the torch wouldn't do that. Didn't have enough air. So by adding the 4-barrel, it now has enough air mixture to run at the full throttle that this valve will allow. That is a huge improvement. So basically what we've done is turned their little T14 series into the T8000. So we copped the T8000 for the 14 instead of the 50. Definitely like it. I'm going to turn it on a modest level here. That is way higher than it would ever work. Okay. Are you guys bored yet? So there is a setting that it'll tolerate being upside down. And there it is. And it appears that because of those extra breathe holes, maybe just a little bit better than what it was. So I'm happy with that. Okay, we're running upside down again. See, that's not shaking out. Still got a bunch of fluid up in the neck. Yeah, the pressure is built up a little bit in the tank now from me shaking it. Alright, I think we've seen enough. So there you go. Just a quick little hack to upgrade any propane torch. This will also work on the bigger series, or the bigger torches. Like I had the T8000, I did this to my T8000, and it pretty much turned it into a turbo torch. If you're not familiar with a turbo torch, that would be this guy right here, which is the most amazing blowtorch I've ever owned. Just in case you haven't seen this one of my other videos, I'll do you the honors of firing it up and showing you why this is so happily named the turbo torch. It's basically a propane black hole. It's almost like a pulse jet engine. It's so loud. It has a frequency of about 80 million hertz, I would say. Listen to that thing, man. I'm starting to think there's something wrong with this propane tank. It's just not acting right. That is one hell of a flame right there, guys. Now you can't see this too good in the dark, but when in low lit areas, or I mean you can't see this too good in the light. Man, I'm retarded. So there you have it. I just thought I'd share that little trick with you guys. Because I was not going out like that with the $14 rig here. I'm going to get the 50 as soon as I got the extra cash to feel comfortable making a purchase like that, as broke as I am. But that's where we're at.